So last night I slept just up the hill here, and for the next 3 nights I'm going to be sleeping in the backcountry of Killarney Provincial Park. I'm doing a 4-day, 3-night loop starting on Bell Lake, and then I'm going up to David's Lake, spending a night there. I'm going to be hiking Silver Peak the next day, and then staying on David's Lake again that night. And then on my last day I'm going through Balsam Lake, I think it was 3 Mile Lake, and then spending my last night on Bell Lake. So it's my first morning here. I'm about 30 minutes away from my starting point. Just tried to do a bit of fishing, but no luck. So I think I'm gonna get a move on. Alright, so I made it to the launch point. And now I gotta get all this shit in that bag, plus everything that's back there. It's gonna take me a bit. Goal of this trip was to pack like super light, but this bag does not feel light at all. It's filled to the brim again, so I don't know, it's very hard to like pack light. And I still have all this stuff too. And we're off. So I'm just gonna make my way to our first portage, which is around the bend there. And it's 700 meter. It's nice, the trees are just starting to turn into their autumn colors. A little early, but you can see them starting to. To my first portage from Bell Lake to David's Lake, and on the map shows that there's a little trail, or like a little creek right here that might connect. So I'm gonna try and go down the creek and avoid that portage. Let's see. So, yeah, I guess this creek just turns like super small. And I don't really feel like dragging this canoe over top of the rocks, because it's just like a lightweight Kevlar canoe. So it looks like I'm gonna do the portage. Right after that portage, we got this nice beaver dam. I think we're just gonna go around it right there. That was my longest portage of the trip. 700 meters. So in a little bit I got another 180 meter portage, which shouldn't be bad. And then that's all I got today for portaging. And I just paddled right to my campsite. And on my 3rd day I have a 600 meter. So that's pretty long again. But I got the worst one over. bush chicken. It's David's Lake. Alright, so now that portage is over, got about 3-kilometer paddle to my campsite. Straight that way. Got my sleeping situation all set up. Got my hammock down here. Got a bottle of water. Got my tarp, the ridge line. And I'm sleeping in the Haven hammocks. They're pretty sweet. But now, I'm just gonna gather up a ton of firewood because I want to have a fire tonight, and then I also want to start a fire tomorrow morning so I can cook up some eggs for my hike. So yeah, time to find some wood. Now I just gotta let that burn down, and I can cook my spicy sausage bolognese. Alright, it's a fresh bowl of the spicy sausage bolognese. I'm gonna try it. It's not bad. I would rate it 6.5 out of 10. No, maybe 7 out of 10. So after taking a couple more bites, I gotta lower my rating down to like a 4 out of 10. I was just really hungry when I first tried it. Yeah, it's not that good, but I need the calories, so I'm gonna eat it. I think I'm gonna go try some fishing. Sun's just starting to go down, so I only got a little bit of daylight left. See if we can catch anything. Alright, we got some farm fresh eggs here. They still sound like they're whole, which is good. And we got a little fire going, so I'm gonna cook these guys up. Alright. That was a bit challenging. I've never cooked scrambled eggs over a fire before, but turned out pretty good. So I got this little packable backpack, and it all just packs into this little case here. So I'm gonna bring this on my hike with me today. I'm gonna pack all this stuff back into there. And we're off. So the hike for Silver Peak starts at Portage to go to Boundary Lake. So I'm gonna leave all my stuff at that portage there, and then I'll start my hike. So for anyone curious about how I get water, I got this filter here. It just pumps it right out of the lake. Alright, so here's a little tour of campsite number 2. The canoe docked here. Then got my fire going up here. Toilets over there. And then setting up my hammock right here. So just gotta get the tarp set up, then I'm all good. Today we got chicken jambalaya right there, and I'm preparing it a little bit differently. I'm gonna boil the water and then dump it into there, let it sit. Cause yesterday I just like poured water in, cold water, and then like boiled it with all the food in it. It just didn't rehydrate that good. So this is like a lot similar to what it says on the package. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Alright, so I added way too much water. So it's more like a jambalaya soup, but let's try it. Oh my god, it's so hot. Let that cool down a bit. That is a lot better than what I had last night. Definitely. I think I rated the last dinner I had like a 4 out of 10. But this one is, for camping meals, like a 10 out of 10. Would definitely recommend the chicken jambalaya. The sun's just starting to go down here. But I think I'm gonna finish this, brush my teeth, and then chill in my hammock. And I'll resume in the morning. Alright, so it is 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna get this fire going again and make some pancakes. So many of you may already know this, but birch bark is the best thing to use as a fire starter. Just lights like really good. So make a little pile like that. Then I get a bunch of little twigs and pile it on. Alright, so I'm gonna take this. There's a bunch of little twigs. Just place it right on top of that birch. Magic. Alright, so I got my mix there, and then got my pot. And I don't have any oil, so this might stick like really badly. But I'm gonna try it anyway. As I was cutting up this log here with that, I was actually cutting off a branch and I slipped. Or I didn't slip, but I cut through it, and then my freaking thumb was in the way. I cut it pretty bad. So, like, it was bleeding quite a bit. But I put a band-aid on it, it stopped. But now it just sucks because I don't want to, like, use my thumb for anything. So, now I'm debating whether I want to stay another night or not. I think I'm going to go through today. I have about 10 kilometers of paddling and one portage, or 2 portages, one longer one. And I'll see how I feel after that. Make my decision when I get back to Belt Lake. Goodbye, campsite number 184. Now I'm heading to Balsam Lake. It's pretty much, the portage is right across this bay. And it's about a 600 meter. Made it to the portage. 620 meters. Goodbye, David Lake. Let's see it, the end. Made it. Now I gotta go back to my canoe and bring that thing over. So this is just after my portage into Balsam Lake. It's about 12 o'clock and I got about a 5-kilometer paddle to my next portage, which is just like 40 meters. Seems to be over probably a waterfall or something. It's kind of in like a little creek river area. But yeah, that's in 5K. Kind of entered into this swampy, shallow area. Just going around bends. Alright, so that's the portage right there. And I think that's why there needs to be a portage, because it sounds like there's a waterfall. So this is the short one. It's only like 40 meters, I think. Let's see what it looks like. It's to Bell Lake. Yeah, it looks like there used to be something here. Some sort of footing. And then there's an old like railway track. This goes into the water. And I guess it's something to do with logging. Maybe. Interesting. Alright, I made it back into the other end of Bell Lake. It's super narrow right now. That was the last of my portages. And to get to my campsite, I think it's another like 4 or 5K. So yeah, my final campsite is right up ahead. Still not sure if I'm gonna stay tonight. I mean, most likely I'm not, but I still want to go check it out and see how that campsite is. And if there's like a ton of firewood already chopped up and like it's got a really cool view or something, I might stay. But if not, I'll probably just chill there for a bit, try some fishing, and then head back to my truck, which is maybe about an hour paddle from here. But I'm ready to completely against the wind right now, which has been a pain. Just gotta keep going. We'll get there eventually. Alright, so here's my final campsite. Seems like someone set up a little fireplace right here, which is a beautiful spot for it. But the actual fireplace is over here, and there is a stack of wood, which is amazing. It's the fire pit, and then the bush. The toilet's over here. Okay, so I think I've decided I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna stay here, even though there's a whole stack of firewood, which is great, but my thumb is just still throbbing pretty bad. I don't really feel like setting up my hammock and doing all that stuff again. But I might do a bit more fishing. And if I catch a fish, I will show that. Okay, so I actually did catch something, but it's really small. It's a tiny little bass. You know what? It's good I didn't get skunked, because I thought for sure I was gonna get skunked this trip. I fish a lot, and this is so far the only thing I've caught. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you made it this far in the video, that's pretty cool. Appreciate it. Peace.